Long ago, in the land of Canaan, a father named Jacob lived with his 12 sons. Among them was Joseph, a boy whose life would become a remarkable story of dreams, betrayal, and forgiveness. Jacob loved Joseph dearly and gifted him a beautiful coat of many colors. This simple act of love would set the stage for a series of events that would change their family destiny forever. Let us journey into this timeless tale filled with challenges, faith, and the extraordinary ways God works through our lives. Long ago, in the land of Canaan, there lived a man named Jacob, also called Israel, who had 12 sons. Joseph, one of the youngest, was Jacob's favorite. Jacob showed his special love for Joseph by giving him a beautiful coat of many colors. This gift made Joseph's older brothers jealous and angry. Joseph was not just a favored son, he was also a dreamer. One day, he shared a dream with his brothers. "We were binding sheaves of grain in the field," he said, "and my sheaf rose and stood upright, while your sheaves gathered around and bowed down to mine." This dream only deepened his brothers' resentment. "Do you think you'll rule over us?" they mocked. But Joseph didn't stop there. He had another dream and shared it too. This time, the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed down to me. Even his father Jacob was puzzled. "Shall I, your mother, and your brothers indeed bow down to you?" he asked. But Jacob kept Joseph's dreams in mind. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers, who were tending their father's flocks far from home. As Joseph approached, his brothers saw him coming, and their jealousy boiled over. "Here comes the dreamer," they sneered. "Let's kill him and see what becomes of his dreams." Reuben, the eldest, tried to prevent outright murder. "Let's not shed blood," he said. "Let's throw him into this empty pit instead." Reuben secretly planned to rescue Joseph later. The brothers agreed and stripped Joseph of his colorful coat before throwing him into the pit. While Reuben was away, the brothers saw a caravan of Ishmaelite traders passing by. Judah, one of the brothers, suggested selling Joseph instead of leaving him to die. The brothers agreed, and they sold Joseph for 20 pieces of silver. The traders took him to Egypt. To cover up their deed, the brothers dipped Joseph's coat in goat's blood and took it to their father. Jacob recognized the coat and was devastated. "A wild animal has devoured my son," he cried. "I will mourn for him until the day I join him in the grave. In Egypt, Joseph was sold to Potiphar, a high-ranking official in Pharaoh's court. Despite his circumstances, Joseph worked hard and earned Potiphar's trust. Potiphar put Joseph in charge of his entire household, and everything prospered under Joseph's care. But trouble was brewing. Potiphar's wife took notice of Joseph and tried to seduce him. Joseph refused her advances, saying, "How could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" Angered by his rejection, she falsely accused Joseph of trying to harm her. Potiphar believed his wife and had Joseph thrown into prison. Even in prison, Joseph's character shone. He earned the trust of the prison warden, who put him in charge of the other prisoners. Two of Pharaoh's officials, the cupbearer and the baker, were also imprisoned and had troubling dreams. Joseph interpreted their dreams with God's help, predicting the cupbearer's restoration to his position and the baker's execution. Joseph asked the cupbearer to remember him and help him get out of prison, but the cupbearer forgot. Two years later, Pharaoh himself had disturbing dreams. In one dream, 7 fat cows were eaten by 7 thin cows. In another, 7 healthy heads of grain were swallowed by 7 thin and scorched heads of grain. None of Pharaoh's advisors could interpret the dreams. Finally, the cupbearer remembered Joseph and told Pharaoh about him. Joseph was brought before Pharaoh and explained, "The dreams are one and the same. God is revealing what he is about to do. The 7 fat cows and 7 healthy grains represent 7 years of abundance. The 7 thin cows and 7 scorched grains represent 7 years of famine. God has shown Pharaoh that the famine will follow the years of plenty." Joseph advised Pharaoh to appoint a wise man to oversee the collection and storage of surplus grain during the years of abundance. Impressed by Joseph's wisdom, Pharaoh said, "There is no one as discerning and wise as you. You shall be in charge of my palace, and all my people will submit to your orders. Only with respect to the throne will I be greater than you." Pharaoh gave Joseph a royal position, fine clothes, and a wife. Joseph, now second in command in Egypt, diligently prepared for the famine. During the 7 years of abundance, he stored up vast amounts of grain. When the famine came, it affected not only Egypt, but also the surrounding lands. When the brothers arrived, they bowed before Joseph, not recognizing him. Joseph, however, knew who they were. Remembering his dreams, he decided to test them. "You are spies," he accused. The brothers protested, explaining their family situation. Joseph demanded they bring Benjamin to prove their honesty. He kept Simeon as a hostage and sent the others home with grain. Reluctantly, Jacob allowed Benjamin to go to Egypt when the grain ran out. The brothers returned with Benjamin, and Joseph hosted them at a feast. Still concealing his identity, Joseph tested them again by planting his silver cup in Benjamin's sack and accusing him of theft. The brothers pleaded for Benjamin's release, with Judah offering himself as a substitute. Joseph could no longer contain himself. He wept and revealed his identity. "I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt. Do not be distressed or angry with yourselves, for it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you." Joseph invited his entire family to live in Egypt, providing them with land and food. Jacob and his sons moved to Egypt, and Joseph was reunited with his father. Before Jacob died, he blessed his sons and reminded them of God's promises. After Jacob's death, the brothers feared Joseph might seek revenge. They came to him, asking for forgiveness. Joseph reassured them, saying, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." The story of Joseph teaches us about forgiveness, faith, and God's providence. Despite betrayal and hardship, Joseph trusted God and rose to greatness, bringing hope and reconciliation to his family. His life reminds us that even in the darkest times, God's plan is at work for good. Thus, Joseph's story is not just one of hardship and triumph. It's a testament to forgiveness, faith, and God's providence. Through his trials and ultimate rise, Joseph's life became a beacon of hope and reconciliation for generations to come. His legacy reminds us that even in the darkest times, God's plan is at work for good. Story came full circle. 2014, a journey that began with youthful dreams, endured betrayal, and rose to unimaginable heights. In the end, Joseph chose forgiveness, understanding that what was meant for harm, God turned to good. His life reminds us that even in the darkest of times, faith and love have the power to heal and transform. As Joseph spoke of God, 2019's promises to his family, he left behind a legacy of hope. 2014a, reminder that through God, 2019's plan, there is always light beyond the shadows.